Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot Witch Girl, coming at you with another pick a card reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you, and for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. Follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. Today we are doing signs from Archangel Michael. And with that, let's go ahead and hop to your prayer and get this reading underway. Alright, let's see. Perfect. Alright, my beloved sources, prayers for any and all who come on today. I ask that Archangel Michael comes through loud and clear. Help bring us into this state of truth. Help bring us into this state of clarity. May you surround us all in your blue healing light of love. And remind us that we can cut ties with those that aren't serving us. And remind us that we can cut ties to our own patterns that aren't serving us. And remind us that we can cut ties to situations that just may be holding us back. That while things can be frightening or overwhelming or scary to let go of, that if we're being called to let go, if we're being called to move on in our gut and in our hearts, that we know that this is the right thing for us, even if it is new and even if it is different, that you are here leading us down the path that's going to help us align with our highest good and our highest well-being. That even if we haven't had people looking out for us in our day-to-day lives, that you are looking out for us forever within the spiritual realms and ensuring that we are loved for and cared for in a way that might or might not exist in this earthly realm, but that is much deeper than anything that any of us have ever really experienced. We know this love when we come to connect with you. And we know this love when we come to speak with you. And we know this love when we feel your presence near us. So today, come forth, give these signs to my collective so that they may know the confirmations you bring or what it is that they need to know moving forward upon their journey. As these words are spoken upon this tribe, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Aseh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. So let me go ahead and set this up over here. All right. And I've already given these a shuffle, so we'll go ahead and get to it. So source, for pile number 1, what Archangel Oracle card will help us better understand the signs from Archangel Michael? The signs from Archangel Michael. What Oracle card will help us better understand the signs from Archangel Michael? Thank you, source. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Okay, so for pile number 2, what Archangel Oracle card will help us better understand the signs from Archangel Michael? Signs from Archangel Michael. For pile number 2, signs from Archangel Michael. Okay, thank you. And for pile number 3, what Archangel Michael Oracle card will help us better understand the signs from Archangel Michael? Okay, thank you. All right. And the collective message on the bottom is be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. I love that message. Very beautiful. All right. Okay. For pile number 1, we have this beautiful green aventurine. Okay. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful bloodstone. Okay, and for pile number 3, we also have a green aventurine, but it is this one right here. Okay. So we've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever one you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you, and I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of green aventurine, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on signs from Archangel Michael. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you, and anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what are the signs from Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, what would you like my fellow humans for pile number 1 to know? Archangel Michael, what would you like my fellow humans for pile number 1 to know? What are the signs that you have for pile number 1? Okay, so we've got the 6th house, Libra energy, and Neptune. It does feel like there's something here that maybe you're not seeing clearly when it comes to how well you're balancing out your health or taking care of yourself. You may be giving away too much to people who are superficial or people who are very one-sided and not fair about the time that you need to spend with yourself. There does seem to be some sort of an illusion here, though. There's something here that you're not seeing clearly, not being able to uncover, seeing through rose-colored glasses. This could also be coworkers. This could have to do with an animal. Maybe you have an animal that's sick and you don't want to, honor the fact that it's sick for fear of what you might hear. I've been there. I understand that's really scary. It's a very specific message. But there's something here that Archangel Michael has been trying to help you see clearly and to find a balance with, right? Find that sense of harmony and peace with, again. But whatever this is, it does have to do with that 6th house placement, that energy around the 6th house. So coworkers, health, routine, small animals, those things in your life that are very important, right? No matter what it is still very important. Even if we don't care about our coworkers, they're important because we see them every day. We should care about our health because this is the vessel that our soul animates, right? We should care about the small animals that are in our lives because they're pure souls. And so there's something here that's like just outside of your peripheral, and it's like you're maybe purposefully seeing it through rose-colored glasses. You're like, oh, no, it's not wrong, it's not wrong, it's not wrong. Or it's like, even with your health, it's like, oh, it's fine, it won't happen to me. You know, when we get into those moments where we really feel like things won't happen to us, then those are the moments that we actually open ourselves up for those things to happen. This could be coworkers, maybe a betrayal with a coworker, or feeling like you're closer to a coworker than you really are, or someone that this also is past energy for me as well. So there's a past energy coming in. So maybe there's someone that you worked with that's coming back into your life, or trying to come back into your life and trying to sugarcoat something. And you know, they're saying like Archangel Michael is here saying like I'm really trying to help you see beyond the illusions here. Like you're getting some psychic senses, but I do feel like there's this, do I trust myself? Do I not? Did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? There's a lot of questioning and uncertainty coming through here. So let's see what comes through with the cards. And today, just being the nature of the reading, I am going to be using the Archangel Power Tarot. I don't read these in reversals, but that's okay. I will read the energy as it comes out. I'm not going to focus so much on what is written on the cards today as much as what the cards are, okay? So Archangel Michael, what more can you tell us about this? What signs are you bringing for pile number 1? Signs from Archangel Michael for pile number 1. Okay, thank you. Signs from Archangel Michael for pile number 1. Yeah, there's some sort of trying to balance things out, like bring a sense of justice into your life. Like things were unfair before, so like in the case of coworkers, maybe you've had coworkers who betrayed you before. Like in the case of maybe a small animal, like maybe you had gone to the vet and they said like, oh, we have to put this animal down. And I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I'm just trying to say it's like, that's what it feels like. There's this energy that's coming through where it's something from the past is making its way back. And Archangel Michael is trying to help you close out whatever it was that was there before. Okay, so these all flew out of the deck, by the way. So I was shuffling. On the bottom, we have the sun. Yeah, I'm trying to bring the light forth. I'm trying to bring this clarity. Trying to bring you into a place that you can trust yourself, that you can trust the insight that you're being given, right? We're trying to follow the light. Sometimes the doubt gets to us, with Archangel Uriel coming through as well. Archangel Uriel is connected to the earth element. So there's a sense of something that's very much in this physical realm that Archangel Michael is trying to help you with in this moment. So let's see what we've got. Like we've got, this would be the death card, or the number 13. We have peace with Archangel Azrael. Look, release the past. That's the first thing that came out. And that's interesting because that's the energy that I kept getting. It's like this, there's the past energy that's coming in. It's like this could have been someone who you worked with that was trying to come back into your life because they see you doing well, or they see you've found peace, or they see that you found harmony, and they're like, oh, let me go and disrupt that peace, bring a sense of chaos, right? And you maybe cut this person out, but then are second guessing yourself. I know this is an incredibly specific message, but that's just a feeling that's coming through here. Or it's something with, you know, finding peace with where your health is at, or finding peace with the animals that you have in your life right now. It's like whatever is happening, to find a sense of peace with where it is, instead of trying to paint it as something that it's not. Wow, we've got another mystery card here, the Empress. Okay, it's time to act upon your plans. And then we have the Knight of Swords with the Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. So yeah, it's this very interesting energy here of like standing in your own power and trusting that your intuition is giving you the insight that you need at this time, right? It's like you have come a very long way, but there's also this sense of grounding yourself. I mean, the Five of Wands coming out here, something that's been very stubborn, that you'll find a sense of balance again. And that's what I kept feeling, like the sense of balance. You know, the Five of Swords in the Tarot Marseille really does talk about something coming in and knocking us down and making us feel like we'll never ever get back up, or we'll never have control over something again. But when it's in the upright, it talks about being able to find a sense of equilibrium after something harrowing has happened, or after something that's very disparaging is the word that's coming through. It's something that has really just left you feeling down and out and like it's impossible. And that's what I feel like this interesting energy is just very much confirming what I was feeling with the dice. It's this energy of the past coming in, something that's revolving around the past that's coming back up, that's making you feel like you don't have a say, or that's making you feel like nervous or anxious about what's next. And Archangel Michael is trying to remind you that we're trying to help bring you into the light. We're trying to help move you beyond these triggers, but the only way to move beyond the triggers are to work through them. There is no just this trigger disappears from our life. Like I wish that's how the journey worked, but it doesn't. It's just basically Archangel Michael is trying to give you this opportunity to work through something that has been triggering you in a sense of injustice, or in the sense of it's unbalanced, or in the sense of that it feels superficial, or it feels frightening and disconnected. You know, we have Libra Taurus energy here with the Empress as well, ruled by Venus, and it's this idea to come into this magnetized energy so that you can attract exactly what you want. But if you notice in this card, she's literally walking in this dark forest. It's night, you can see there's stars behind her, but it's nighttime, and she is the light. And so this is that energy of Archangel Michael saying, the sign that I'm trying to bring to you, the signs that I'm trying to show you, is reminding you that you are so strong. And when you become completely honest with yourself and you save yourself from yourself, right? That's really what we're doing, is learning how to save ourselves from our doubt and our fear and our anxiety. This is when this sense of peace comes in. That's the transformation here. This is a huge message here with the Sun, the 13, and the Empress card coming all out together. This is a huge message, and it really does come down to allowing yourself to be your own hero with the Knight of Swords. You're this very strong person. You're very intellectual. You're very diligent. You're committed to your journey. This is like saying to choose logic over emotions is what this says. The sudden change, right? When you choose logic over emotion, you don't get caught up in that past feeling. Let the past go. Release the past. Don't let the past become your present. Don't let the past also influence your future. So when you let go of whatever this is tied to, and know that you did the right thing for yourself, and stop questioning your actions and stop doubting the reasons that you have for doing what you've done, and just keep moving forward. It doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. Of course, we're all human. We're all having this human existence. Mistakes are going to be made. Like, that's just a part of being alive. We're going to have mistakes happen to us, right? And others are going to make mistakes as well. What it's saying though is that if we fixate on those mistakes, or if we fixate on those negative things that have happened to us, or if we fixate on the betrayals and the hurt that we've experienced from the past, from whoever this could be, or from whatever situation this is, you know, if we only focus on that, we cannot be present with what is good right now. And that's exactly what Archangel Michael wants you to do, is to let go so that you can step into this place of shining a light on the darkness that has kept you stuck, or that has kept you in this repeat cycle, and saying like, you're not as scary as I thought you were. Right? But this is going to be something that does topple down a lot of ideas for you. This is going to be something that comes in and is a trigger in and of itself, because we're trying to cleanse this out of your emotional ego. We're trying to cleanse this out of your journey. We're trying to help you come into a more aligned version of yourself. And so Archangel Michael is really bringing this through for you to remind you, not only are you this very powerful individual, but the minute that you get honest with yourself and stop doubting yourself is the minute that you'll start walking into the darkness. But the darkness is scary. It's the unknown. And they're saying, don't fear the unknown, because I am with you every step of the way. And you're surrounded by angels. You're surrounded by help here. They're not leaving you alone on this journey. They want you to find the strength to make the decision for yourself, which is often easier said than done. I absolutely know. Look, we've got Neptune coming out on the bottom here, dream and transcend. Like, you have something that you're trying to work towards that's a dream. We need you to transcend the darkness, get above the darkness by going through the darkness. It's only in this way that you'll ever be able to become the light and shine that light in the places that have brought a lot of fear from the past, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm the only one that feels this way. I'm the only one that this happens to. Not at all. You're not alone at all. There are plenty of people who experience this, and this is just kind of those steps that we have to take on the journey. Like, you shine a light on one part of yourself, and you, just as you begin to accept it, there's another part of yourself that has to have that same beautiful light that is now twice as bright shown on it. And it's just a process. And some are much more difficult than others, and some are easier than others. It's just how much that trigger affects you and affects your emotional well-being. And that's what we're trying to walk through. And so Archangel Michael is helping you with that. Like, so we have friendship and union. So this could absolutely be a friendship that you have at work. And union could mean someone that you love, but with the context of the reading that we're going to, I do feel like union also talks about the union that you have with your pets. You know, that spiritual connection that you have with your pets. The spiritual connection that you share with them is so precious. And let's see, we're going to get some more here. I'm going to try and touch on all bases, so that way then we can kind of understand a little bit more about this. Thank you. Drum. Look, dream and journey. We had dream and transcend with Neptune. So right now there's something about your dreams are really trying to tell you some kind of information. Like, there's some fears that are coming up. There's some worries that are being made apparent, and it's all coming out in your dreams. What else would you like to say, Archangel Michael? What are the signs from you for pile number 1? Thank you. We have 2121, success and wealth, balance, finance, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. This is very, very much synchronistic with what I was saying, but balancing out something here, figuring out what the cycles are that you've been going through. It's not always easy, but it is worth it, right? The steps getting there are simple. They'll always be simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. Okay, I guess you're getting these. I wasn't going to pull out that many, but I guess we're just going to go with it. Look, on the bottom, we have pet. Oh my goodness. So absolutely. For some of you, this is coworkers. For some of you, this is your pet. We have dog, cat, and animal friends. There's something here that you're seeing with rose-colored glasses. Please do not beat yourself up. It is really, really difficult and hard when we have to be honest with ourselves. Like, our pets are getting older and they're experiencing a lot of pain, or they're experiencing a lot of just differences in their older age, right? And it gets scary. This is something I dealt with my own dog last year. Many of you know the story. Many of you were followers when I had that happen, and it was one of the most difficult things that I have ever been through in my life. And even from losing my mom and my brother, like, losing my dog was probably the most difficult thing I've had to face, because it's like so much more than family. She was so much more than family to me. She was my best friend. And for those of you that know what I'm talking about, it's like, I don't classify her as family because I don't think I ever understood what family was supposed to be. But for her and I, like, we were two peas in a pod. And for her, she was my best friend. And so that's what it feels like here. Like, there's just something for someone that needs this message. Like, it's okay. They're here for a short time to impact us in such a profound way. It doesn't make it easy. But saying goodbye, or having to prepare to say goodbye, reminds us just how much that we were loved by them, or are loved by them, and how much we love them. I feel you. Okay, I do. And I give you this massive hug. And it might not mean a whole lot. But I promise you that you're not alone. Let me take a drink of water. Okay, on the bottom of this, we have take a step. 535. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. And that's what it feels like here. It's like taking you to a new level, taking you somewhere where you haven't been before. This is a new experience. Look, signs and synchronicities flipped over, coincidence, signal, hint, messages from the universe. So Archangel Michael is very much here. It's like I've been giving you the signs, I've been giving you the synchronicities. There's something important here that you need to face, but you're not alone, and you'll never be alone. We have roll the dice, take a chance, risk, leap of faith, and strategy. So there's still time, but remember that time is so precious and that it's important for you to focus on the time that you do have. So even if this is dealing with coworkers, it's like focusing on the time that you do have. If this is dealing with your health, it's like focusing on the time that you do have. What can you do to be in alignment with yourself at this time? Okay. And I pulled out all my angel decks so we can get some. So we have on the bottom, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then this one popped out. We have children, and it says your love life is being affected by children. So this could be children, and there's more cards in between there, but that's the one that came out. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put you here. Get some of these. What else, Archangel Michael? And I have a lot of angel cards, but I thought that it was fitting to bring them all out today for this reading. On the bottom, we have Oceana. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Isn't this what I've been saying? Like, it's so important for you to trust yourself. And I feel like if you're getting, you know, information that is scary, like, it's hard to trust ourselves because sometimes it's stuff we don't want, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is a message that I just don't want. I don't want to deal with this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to go through this. But sometimes it's not about what we want. It's about what we need. And that's the powerful energy that comes from that. Okay. It was 21:12 or 21. Yeah, it was 21:12 when I was saying that. Sorry. I was just like, wait a second. We have gratitude list. Count your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Like, and then we have again with animals, and I don't think animals show up in every one of the like that. No, see? So again, this could absolutely have to do with animals, and that feels like a very specific message, but you know, it just, that's the energy that's coming through right now. And again, with coworkers, so I do have life purpose energy here, so let's see. All right, that's good. Oh, you want one more? That one. Thank you. On the bottom, we have leadership. Take charge of this situation. You're the only one that can handle this, but you're not alone. Like, that's what Archangel Michael is trying to say here, is like, you're not alone. So we've got water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So your intuition has been trying to help you with this as well. But again, when it's something that we don't want to hear, it's something that we are just trying to resist and resist and resist, we'll try to put it off for as long as we can. And sometimes we put it off for too long, and then it creates even more heartbreak in our lives, or even more upset in our lives. And that's why I feel like this is coming to you at this time, as Archangel Michael is saying, like, we're trying to help you see with clear eyes. take a step back. Didn't we get that? Take a step. Yeah, on the bottom over here, we got take a step. Take a step back. So this is about taking a step back, observing the situation from a place of love, from a place of compassion for yourself or for whoever's involved. You know, whatever you feel called to do, you'll know what is right for you. And then we have like spiritual growth. And I cannot make this up. So we have take a step, right? That was on the bottom of this deck. And underneath that, we have spiritual awakening. 777 with spiritual growth. So this is all about your spiritual awakening right now. This is, and sometimes, you know, I wish I could say that spiritual awakenings were like rainbows and butterflies all the time, but it's actually sometimes the hardest things that we have to do. You know, like I was sharing my story, it's like having to put down my dog. That was a huge spiritual growth moment for me because it was something that I had never done by myself. It was something that I had never experienced with a being that I cared about so much, but I learned so much from that experience. And as heartbreaking as it was still something that I'm so grateful that I loved her so much and that she loved me so much that I get the chance to miss her. And, you know, sometimes that's the thing. It's like, we don't want to miss someone or something so much. We don't want to miss ourselves even, because that's frightening. But that's what this life is. Like, none of us make it out of here alive. Like, that's just it. We all have a finite time on this earth, and some of us have more than others. And there's beauty in that because it's bittersweet. That's what makes it so beautiful. We know the sorrow, which allows us to enjoy the precious moments that we have. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. Wow, this is very clear. So for more than one of you, this is definitely involving animals here. Okay, it's definitely involving animals. But for those of you, it's just reminding you that you have the intuitive notion. Your intuition is on point. Even if you're questioning it, stop questioning your intuition because it's trying to tell you. So we have 666 with creativity, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talent. Seeing the angel number 666 is a sign that it's time to focus inward and work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem, sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. Also, 666 is tied with illusions. Right? So again, this idea of illusion coming through, it's so important for you to overcome that so that you can move on and be grounded in what's next. So we have transition. You're in a period of transition and change. Embrace new beginnings and trust in the process of transformation unfolding in your life. So there's a transition here, and transition can be linked to many different things. You know, it just depends on where you're at or what you're going through. But remember that transition is necessary for us to grow. Sorry. I am sorry. The unspoken apology and eternal regret. So there's someone here who's sorry. Let's see if this kind of gives us like message, communication records, call records, and instant messaging. So you could be receiving an apology after going through this. There's someone here who might say, I'm sorry for what it is that you're experiencing, even if they weren't sure or they heard it through the grapevine. Wow, we have firm, look, wide awake, clean, decisive. This is what we want you to come into, Archangel Michael says. We want you to be wide awake. Your spiritual awakening here, spiritual growth. Take a step back for a minute. This is very difficult. Whatever it is that you've been experiencing, or if these messages are resonating with you, just feels like it's been very difficult for a time. It's okay to take a step back and reevaluate where you are. We have breakup, walking away, ending, separation, and it's over. Okay, so this could have to do with a breakup with someone as well. Putting in this idea, it's over. This idea of transition, right? The death card we got in the reading. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So whatever this is, it's definitely weighing on you. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Wow. Two very similar cards from the same deck here. It's time for you to take a step back. take a step back, come back to yourself, really honor where you're at this time. There's grief that's coming through here. There's a lot of energy and upset that's coming through here. It's okay for you to feel into that. We have Shanti. I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. It's been difficult. Yeah. What did I say? It's like you're coming into this place of peace. And I said that at the beginning. There's this feeling of coming into a place of peace. And then it's like something is happening that feels like it's disrupting that peace. But it is for purpose, okay? Obstacles are blocks are lifted. We have all your good personal work and your positive energy shift has overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that the flow of abundance continues. So obstacles are being removed here. Practice your skills, or polish your skills by practicing regularly. So practice is important for whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like practice freeing yourself, practice disconnecting, practice peace. We have protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. So if something's changing here, maybe you're changing your career because of coworkers or because of a hostile work environment, you are protected here. And then look, we have sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. And that totally fits in line with everything as well, with the spiritual awakening. So there's a lot going on here for you. We're going to take a look at your Archangel Michael card. Take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith. Stay focused on the outcome you truly desire. So staying positive is like the number one thing for you, pile number one. But we're going to read this and see what more it has to say. It says, how often do you find yourself saying, I knew this was going to happen? Of course you did. The fact that it was that happened was because you knew it would. That's just the way the universe works. Whatever you focus your thoughts on, be it fears or hopes, is what you bring into your reality. Is that a spiritual truth? Yes, it is. It's turning your thoughts toward hope also easier. Is turning your thoughts towards hope also easier said than done? Yes, it is. Your fears and worries have a tendency to obsess your mind. When faced with a reality of bad news, good news is shoved aside. That's when things can snowball into a flurry of negative thinking, resulting in you saying, oh no, I just knew that would happen. If you find yourself in a negative dialogue about life, change the subject, regardless of who started the conversation. The key, though, is not to go down that rabbit hole in the first place. So if you're faced with something that worries you, immediately imagine the opposite happening. I have the ability to help you disconnect from fear and quiet your ego. When you're trying to use the power of your thoughts to your advantage, let me help. With some serious practice, you'll be expecting only the best in your life. Then you'll no longer be amazed when good things happen. So Archangel Michael is giving you a key here. Key to success, a key to opening your life to the blessings that you're meant to receive. It's been hard, or maybe you've had a lot of loss over the last year, and so we're trying to help you take a step back and recenter your focus on these positive things. It is taking practice. You've been trying to practice this, but you've been dealing with so much. So give yourself some grace here and allow things to unfold. And remember, it's time to take back control of your life, and it's okay to disconnect from the world so that you can reconnect with yourself, okay? This is what I have for you here, pile number one. If you felt like this was your message, leave the little key emoji down below in the comments and say, by taking control of my thoughts, I take control of my life and I choose to live the life I dream of. If this resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify, Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on membership. So if not, thank you for your continued support here. I do want to say thank you to your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and give a special shout out to Archangel Michael for coming through. And with that being said, until next time, pile number one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful bloodstone, Or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on signs from Archangel Michael. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for anybody that's new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate, it would mean so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe down below. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what are the signs for pile number 2, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, what are the signs from you for pile number 2? What are the signs for pile number 2 from you, Archangel Michael? What would you like to say? All right. Ooh, so we've got the 8th house, we've got Taurus energy, and Saturn. I feel like there's this energy that you've been trying to heal something at the core of your being. And it's deep. It is buried really deep. And you know that like this is something that might be preventing you from manifesting success, or manifesting even finances, or just magnetism in your life. And you're really focused on figuring it out, right? It's like I'm putting all my time, my energy, my effort into healing this part of myself. I'm really trying to overcome this. I'm really trying to let go. I'm really trying to have this transformation, this rebirth. Like it could be a money wound. This could be childhood trauma. This could be the mother wound, the father wound. It just has to do with something that feels like a blockage for you, something that's keeping you from seeing your true potential. And you've been working on it, and really I feel like you've been peeling back the layers one by one, and every time you peel back a layer, you're like, okay, I'm not mad that there's another layer, but like, wow, I didn't realize how deep this went. And maybe for some of you, you are upset about how many layers there are, not realizing how much this has been compartmentalized along the journey. But it does have to do with shadow work and facing the fears that have held you back. You know, anytime Saturn shows up, we're looking at the planet of tough love, right? This is something that is meant for you to heal in this lifetime, but it's something that presents a challenge. It is a block. It is something that maybe you feel like you need to control, or it is something that just feels like it's overwhelming, or it feels like something that is so negative. Like, how am I ever going to overcome this? We see here that with your grit, your determination, and you continuing to move forward, you're uncovering yourself and who you are, and people are seeing who you are. It's like there's no more hiding from yourself because you've dug so deep in the well. And you might still be a little muddy, but you're still purified. Like your soul is what's being seen right now, because you're finally giving your soul space to roam within your vessel, or outside of your vessel, or within your energetic body and your emotional body. And it's feeling better. As time goes on, it feels better. And then there are times when it feels rough. And then there are times when you're extremely exhausted. And it's like, why are there so many ups and downs? And it's like, what you're dealing with is just something that's it's not easy to deal with. Right? This is something that really is, it feels like a mystery, but it's a lot of intimate time with yourself. It's a lot of dealing with the darkness within yourself, and that sometimes is the hardest thing. But we see that you're super reliable. You have a lot of tenacity, a lot of resolve to do this. And even though there's resistance to that change, you're still showing up to do it. And through this, you're building a solid foundation. I feel like this is the thing that Archangel Michael really wants to focus on here, is this healing that's bringing this foundation. Let's see what else comes through. Let's get some tarot on it and find out what comes through. Now today, just because of the nature of the reading, I am using the Archangel Power Tarot. So we'll get some messages from that. I may or may not read the messages on the card. Let me just focus more on the energy and the card itself. Okay, so Archangel Michael, what are the signs for pile number 2 that you have for them? What else would you like to tell them? Signs from Archangel Michael for pile number 2. And this could be a fear to creating something as well, and you're like trying to create it, and it's like you get so far in and then you maybe feel like you got to give up because, oh my gosh, like I'm never going to complete this, or, you know, it's like starting again and again and again. And I do feel like there's this sense that's coming through where it's like they're saying just stay steady. Yeah, my eye is tripping out right now. Yeah, they're saying stay steady with it. Stay steady the course. Even though it's easier to begin again, you've done that enough. And it might not look pretty, right? Like where you're going, like there might not be a straight line getting from point A to point B. But if you stay steady with the journey, you're going to reap the rewards instead of setting yourself back when you start again. We have the 8 of Cups coming out here. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right, a spiritual quest. And also we have family, right? Like, so the 8 of Cups talks about family in the Tarot Marseille. So this could have to do with family. We also have the number 8 coming out twice, which does talk about karmic cycles. What goes around comes around, but it can also point towards abundance coming, right? Look at this little treasure trove here, right? There's abundance coming once you see this from a different perspective. Like, it's not about once I heal, then everything's going to come to me. It's like everything's coming to me as I heal. That's kind of this shift in perspective that's coming here. Look, whoa. So the perspective card flies out of the deck while I'm saying that. We have the Hangman here with Archangel Chamuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. See things differently. Choose your perspective. Yeah, the energy is very strong right now. Like, he's like hanging above a circus right here. Right? There's like a lot of chaos. So I was saying, like, there's all these ups and downs on your journey. It's like just a roller coaster ride. Like, what the heck is going on here? And like, why does it have to be so many things all at once? Like, why does there have to be so many layers? And it's like, I feel like it's been a long time where you have focused on, okay, as soon as I heal this, then I'll have my abundance, then I'll have my success, then I'll have this, then I'll have that, then I'll have whatever it is that I'm asking for. But I feel like Archangel Michael has been trying to give you signs where it's like Saturn's going to be present for your whole life. It's we have Saturn return, and we've learned a lot in however many years it is that it takes to return. I think it's like 28. It's either 28 or 32. I can't remember. It's a long time. Anyways, Saturn return. And you have this long time for this planet to rotate through your life. You don't see it a whole bunch of times within your lifetime, but it does return a few times within our lifetimes if we're lucky and blessed with old age. And through that, like, it's just this place, it's like it's always going to teach you something on its way back to you. But instead of focusing on once I heal this, then I'll have what I want, can you change the way that you're looking at it? Can you be comfortable with being where you are now and opening up to saying, I'm still manifesting what I desire. I'm still manifesting what it is that I've asked for. What are the signs that you're bringing, Archangel Michael? One more card, please. Okay. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Coins. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career and artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. So some sort of growth here. And then, like, we have the Devil card, which is normally number 15, but in this deck, it's called Decisions with Archangel Jophiel. Release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. Set yourself free from this cage, this roundabout thing, right? Like feeling like, look, even here, there's a cage in this picture. It's like, set yourself free from believing like, once I heal this, or once I do this, then I'll get what it is that I'm looking for. We're trying to help you balance this out. We're trying to help you find justice in a situation that seems very unjustice. Again, with 8. In the Tarot Marseille, the original tarot deck, the justice was always the number 8 card. It changed in the Rider-Waite-Smith because they were trying to match up the astrological placements with the cards in order, which is why it became the strength card later on in the the RWS. Okay, just letting you know. But in here we have, it's the number 8 card, and we look at it being this balancing out of the scales. We're trying to help you balance out the scales. There's something here that's massive that's weighing you down from coming back into balance, right? So you have to decide what's more important for you. Is it more important for you to heal so that you can have the success, or is it more important for you to manifest this success or whatever it is that you want in your life, right? Which with Taurus energy, it feels like something you want to magnetize toward you. Is it more important for you to magnetize what you want and then continue to heal, right? It's just how you, are you looking at it as half full or half empty? What does your cup look like? But finding that balance will help you have this growth and this connection with others in your life as well. We have the 4 of Gabriel, which is the 4 of Wands. Yeah, shoring up old habits, letting go of things. It's like just allowing yourself to see something different. You may see 1212 a lot in your journey as well. We'll see if the angel number makes an appearance today, but 1212 is coming out quite a bit here. We have time for celebration, abundant rewards for hard work, release yourself from burdensome situations. But I feel like in this case, Archangel Michael is trying to show you that the burden here is how you're viewing the approach to the journey, the mystery of the journey. It's like, I can't have what I want until I am enough. But instead of saying it that way, saying I am enough and thus in this moment deserve everything that I'm asking for. Do you see the difference with that? Because you are enough in this moment. There's nothing that you need to really let go of to gain what it is that you desire. It's just a matter of how you look at the journey. If you really feel like you don't deserve abundance, you're not going to manifest abundance. But if you choose to say, I'm worthy and deserving of abundance, and work towards feeling that way, then you'll manifest abundance. It's all about how you feel about yourself in this moment. So we see that you've had a rough past with the 8 of Raphael, right? We see that family maybe hadn't been supportive. We see that family maybe wasn't there for you, or maybe they felt like they were better than you, or they had more to offer than you. We see that, right? And we see that it was difficult, but you had to choose yourself on this journey. And in choosing yourself, you already started to shift your perspective and saying, like, it's my right to choose my journey. And now you have to honor that. And the Hangman is such a unique character because he's so comfortable with his weirdness. Like, he's a weird dude, right? Like, or gal or person, whatever. And the cards is a man. But, you know, just this weird individual who's okay with being weird and doesn't care what people have to say about them, and allows that weirdness to just show and shine and be like, you know what? I want to see things differently. That's why he chooses to hang himself upside down on the branch, because the way he sees the world, like everyone else, he wants to know if I change the way that I'm looking through the lens, does it change for me? And that's the unique thing. It's just a question, and going towards the answer in a way that's going to work for him, that everyone else might judge and everyone might be like, that's ridiculous, don't do that. But he doesn't care, right? Everyone else is the circus to him. He's not. But to everyone else, he's the circus. But who's really right? That's the interesting thing. Because no one's right in this situation, but you have to decide what's right for you. Know what is right, or do what you know is right for you. All right, let's see what else comes through here. Archangel Michael, what else would you like to tell pile number 2? Whoa, okay, card. Okay, wow, I'm so glad that landed on the seat next to me, because it like went flying. It's like next level shooting out of the deck. Opposition. Look, imbalance. That's what I was saying. Like, we're trying to balance things out. A point of tension and a power struggle. And I feel like this is something that's internal here. The power struggle, the tension that's going on is something internal. It's like, I can't trust how I feel about myself because of this, or I can't trust that I've healed enough because of this, or I can't trust that I've done the right thing because of this. Is that really true, or is that just an illusion of where your emotional ego has evolved to keep you in a place that it feels is safe for you? You know, even though we go on this spiritual path, our emotional ego is clever. It is a very clever entity, if you will, because it's always evolving. It's always trying to one-up us. It knows we're playing a game of chess, but the truth of the matter is no matter if it understands that we're playing a game of chess, it only knows how to play checkers, but it doesn't mean it won't evolve. So it'll be clever, but our spirit is so much wiser than our ego is clever. And that's why it'll never be on the same level as our spirit in playing chess, because our spirit knows what's best for us. It's not trying to protect us from things that, you know, are cyclical in our life. It's trying to help us let go. It's trying to remind us that we've been protected from the day we were born, from the day we were created back in the beginning of time. And we'll be protected throughout all of eternity, or should there ever be an end of time, we'll be protected no matter what. And it's reminding us that the emotional ego says, no, you're not protected. Let me protect you. Let me create these crazy, chaotic situations again and again and again in your life, because that's what we're comfortable with and that's what we know. And your spirit is saying, like, it's time for us to move on. It's time for us to leave this behind. It's time for us to know that we've grown beyond this and we can move on. We've listened deeply coming out. This is interesting. Before I started this reading, this came out 3 times, and I didn't mention it because I didn't know if it was for you or not. So I'm mentioning it now. But when I was shuffling after I did pile number 1, this card came out so many times while I was shuffling. So it's important right now for you to truly listen to your heart. Listen to what your heart wants, and know that what your heart desires is meaningful. Not only does it matter, but it's meaningful. It's relevant to your journey. It's even if other people don't understand that, that's cool. It's not for them to understand, because it's what your heart wants. If they don't understand it, it's not what their heart wants. That's fine. That's cool. It's not for them to understand. It's what you want, and it's what you desire. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. And we're trying to remind you of how held and supported and loved you are. We're helping you to nurture. This also makes me feel like the Empress card, and we're trying to bring you back into this grounded place so that you can manifest things into this earthly realm. So there's just this interesting energy. We don't have any swords energy out on the table, but it's almost like the swords energy is what's been overrunning the mind here, but it's actually being ruled by the emotional ego, because it's the emotions that are happening here. We have social media flying out, spying, online dating, reminiscing, and networking. Now, I have cards for everything. I pulled out all my angel cards as well, but I just want to touch on bases on everything for where everybody's at. So here we have maybe too much social media. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this, but there could also be like evil eye energy that you're feeling from online, like people who don't want you to succeed, people who are spying on you because they want you to secretly fail. And they're saying, like, don't even pay attention to that. Like, you're so protected from all of that mayhem, right? And it's like, I feel like the days that you really focus on that maybe are really bad days for you. And it's feeling like, oh, I just got to heal more. I just got to do more, right? But you're already changed. You're already different. And all those people who are spying on you, they have no idea who you are now. We have regeneration, growth, metamorphosis, and cycles. We're trying to help you close out these cycles. They're just not serving their purpose anymore. They've already served their purpose. They've already left you with the difficult lessons, and you've moved on from that. But I do feel like with this is really more than anything. I mean, this could be true for some where there's that spying or online dating, reminiscing. Someone's really watching you from behind the scenes. I really feel like with social media, this is just too much scrolling. Too much on YouTube, too much on Twitter, too much on TikTok, too much on Snapchat, too much on Facebook, whatever it is, there's just too much scrolling here that's actually exacerbating this feeling of not being worthy of what you desire. Like we have divine timing, wrong time, stalemate, perfect timing, and waiting. So right now, divine time is at play in your life. And I can't make this up. On the other deck that I have here, we have divine intervention on the bottom. And I'll get some of these as well. But we have divine intervention on the bottom with serendipity, catalyst, and karma. And we talked about karmic cycles. What goes around comes around. So this is kind of the catalyst if the next step on your journey is really just truly changing the way you see yourself. With it, the perspective card at the center of the reading here and how it came out when I was shuffling, like that's the highlight here, is choosing to see yourself from a higher perspective. Choosing to see that you are a beautiful individual. We have the ascending card that flew out, level up, promotion, and progress. Seeing that you are progressing even though it might not seem like it, or maybe it's not the way that you expected the progress to happen, or maybe it's not the progress that you expected it would be, right? Like maybe you're like, oh, I was doing this healing my money wounds so that I can gain a fortune, but I'm not getting my fortune. Like, what the heck is wrong with me? They're saying like it takes time. Like that divine timing, you know, like we have to match up with the divine. It's us doing the work and, you know, source is running alongside with us. And it's like, we're kind of catching up to one another on this process. And sometimes it's just a matter of, you have to be in the right place at the right time, and don't fear that, like, because source will get you there. Archangel Michael is getting you there, right? So we have clown, look, and then I was talking about the circus. We have a clown on the bottom, performance, camouflage, laugh at, and revenge. So this is about you really cutting out people who are wearing masks and not showing their true self, and letting go of even the part of you that feels like you need to judge yourself, right? The part of you that's been wearing the mask for so long and not letting you have success, right? The Saturn energy there. It's like tough love. It's telling yourself like, okay, I'm drawing a boundary with myself. That me that's so mean to me, we're not going to put up with it anymore. We're not going to go down that road anymore. We're not going to fall into that energy anymore because I deserve better. We have 999 on the bottom here with spiritual realm, loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realm, growth, solutions. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth or expressing emotions regularly. Open up for the best is yet to come. So being honest with yourself too, like, are you beating yourself up? Are you really letting yourself down? This is a very specific message, but are you really letting yourself down? Or is that the illusion that your emotional ego believes because of the way your inner self sees yourself, or the way your outer self sees your inner self? We have enthusiasm flying over here. Approach life with optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges. Be excited about opportunities that lie ahead and embrace them with open arms. We're trying to get you into this positive mindset, seeing things with a positive an outward look. 111, alignment. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. Things are happening very quickly for you. And we have prosperity underneath that with 808. Embrace your potential and welcome prosperity. You are making wise decisions and heading in the right direction. So just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean that it's not happening, right? That's not how this journey works. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. And that's what Archangel Michael has been trying to help you see. And I know that is so much easier said than done, because we live in a very 3D realm. We've lived in the 3D realm for the whole of this life. And living in the 3D realm for the whole of this life has created us this crutch where we can only believe in things that we see. This came out in pile 1 too. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, okay? So you have to free yourself from the monotony. You have to free yourself from the cage. You have to free yourself from the circus. Remember, all that stuff out there, it doesn't actually matter. What matters is what's going on internally. On the bottom, deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So what did I say with the clown? We're trying to let go of the mask. Letting go of the people who are deceiving you. Letting go of the people who aren't being honest with you. Letting go of the people who don't have the best of intentions for you. It feels like someone here has just made you feel like you're not worthy of having good things in life. But regardless of how they've made you feel that way, the hardest thing to accept is that I've allowed that to become my reality for quite a while. And that's why we can't stay in that emotion, right? It's like, feel your emotions, but don't just live there. Wow, this is a lot. And I feel like that's what Archangel Michael's really trying to remind you. It's like, you don't have to live in this negative place. Like, you have the choice to be optimistic. And please do not beat yourself up for this. This is very human of us. I'm guilty of this too. We all go through this. There's someone who we love very much in our life. So there's someone that we respect, or we thought we respected very much in our lives. Or there's someone who just didn't understand us, and they made us feel all kinds of ways, and all we wanted was for them to love us, and all we wanted was for them to see us, and all we wanted was for them to honor us, because we did that to them. But they took and took and took and took from us, and they never gave anything back. And in turn, what they gave us was a broken heart. They gave us all kinds of judgment. They gave us all kinds of just hurt and pain and suffering. And it's like, what do you do in those situations? We have to cut ties with that. We have to realize that that wound runs deep. Right? And I feel like this is absolutely a childhood wound that's being brought up here. And they're not saying it's wrong for you to love. It's a beautiful thing that you have such a pure love about you. Other people will see that and try to exploit that to their advantage. And that's exactly what's happened to you before. And so we're trying to help you get from that to this place of understanding. When you come at life with this optimistic view, that we will help cut this energy out for you. But it's time for you to take control of your life and to think about yourself from this place of love. On the bottom, we have infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So you're absolutely supported here. You're so loved, so cared for. Wow, yours was a deep message, pile number 2. All right, there we go. A windfall of abundance on the bottom. I'm not going to read it because these cards are super long. But we have a windfall of abundance. So a lot of abundance coming for you. Prosperity, infinite abundance, a windfall of abundance. So they want you to know, like, things are beginning to balance out for you. But it has to do with you staying in this place of really loving yourself and being happy with who you are in this moment. Not once I heal. Because you're already healing as you come into this place of seeing yourself through eyes of love. We have Rosetta on the bottom. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Okay, so again, confirmation that this is the child wound coming through, a very deep child wound coming through on this reading. Aquarius energy coming out, originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. I feel like you're the first of your family to do whatever it is that you're called to do. And that's also hard, because then there's no one there that can be like, oh, I totally understand what you're going through, because no one does. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if everybody in your life has questioned every action that you've taken, and that's why it's very difficult for you to see yourself as enough, because no one else saw you as enough. But that's why it's so vital for us to validate how we feel, pile 2, because when we validate how we feel, we begin to understand that in this moment, I am so worthy. Just like Sue down the street is worthy, just like George across the way is worthy, I am worthy too. Signs and reminders. So here you have Archangel Michael saying this is absolutely a sign. And it's interesting because this card, a sign card, came out in from a different deck in pile 1 too, which is so funny. I love that little wink at us. And we have the monarch, butterfly, the feather, the birds. I'm not sure what this type of bird is. A nightingale, maybe? Maybe not. I'm not sure. But anyways, rainbows. So there's all kinds of reminders that Archangel Michael is sending you. We have the mirror guardian. It's time, take time to reflect, to see the universe in yourself. It's time for you to see just how incredible you truly are, pile 2. Look, and we have autumn energy here with release the old and rest. Okay, and we're in autumn in the Western Hemisphere. So this is very substantial to everyone right now because it's like really taking that time to release. Release this idea that you're not worthy enough. Release this idea that you can only get where you're going if you heal enough, right? Healing's a lifelong journey. Saturn will always be with us. Okay, we have, look, affairs, mistress, and third party. So this could have been a third party. This could have been due to someone had an affair on you, like with someone else. This could have been a third party that's involved with the love situation as well. It just made you feel like you weren't worthy of good things. But you have to free yourself from that cage. Like, even I can tell you until I'm blue in the face how incredibly amazing you are. But it doesn't really mean much if you choose to, brush it off and be like, oh, haha, yeah, that's just you saying that. Because it's not. I'm here connecting with your energy, and I know how beautiful your energy is. It's like you have to believe that too. And that's what Archangel Michael's trying to say. Look, we have 0330, sudden challenges, divine intervention, sudden challenges, pleasant surprises, and gut feeling. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad, etc. So there is challenges here, but we know that was Saturn, right? Saturn has been present this whole time. We know this is not easy. We know it's difficult. But you have the power to get through this. And I believe in you. The question now comes down to, do you believe in you? Okay, we have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others, including yourself. Be kind to yourself. Flirt with yourself. Say funny things to yourself. Be goofy with yourself. That's okay. Writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. Okay? You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So you're doing the right thing. You haven't chosen something wrong. Oh, look, we have oracle cards. You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others, right? Maybe you have the gift of automatic writing here for some of you, right? Maybe you are trying to read oracle cards, or you read oracle cards. Like, that's something that's powerful for you. That's something that brings you back to that connection. Study. Reading, research, education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So maybe there's something here that you're thinking like, I really want to study this. You're going to get the wisdom that you need, the guidance that you need. Archangel Michael is helping you with all of these things. Okay, we have attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone you chase will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So it's time for you to come into this magnetized energy. And I got that from the dice already. So I love all these confirmations that I'm getting for your reading. And we have Bridget here with caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Okay, and that feels like the same energy with the autumn. Release the old and rest. Like, just take a moment and really consider where it is that you're going and what it is that you're doing. And is this the direction that you want to go in? Maybe you've been focusing way too much on shadow work and you just need a break, right? That's just a part of it. Like, I've done that before too. I think everybody on the spiritual journey has done that, where we just got so sucked into the shadow work that it just kind of overtook us, and you just have to step away for a while and just realize, like, shadow work will come up when it comes up, but it doesn't have to be something we obsess about, which is another energy that comes up with the 8th house. Okay, so let's take a look at your Archangel Michael card. You're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make changes you've been contemplating. So definitely there's some sort of change that's coming for you here. And I do feel like it has to do with your career. It could be whatever you're trying to manifest, but I do feel like this is more career oriented because abundance is coming out like crazy from from the life purpose deck. And then this is the I can never remember the name of this deck, but this is another money deck here. Okay, so it says you're in a place of personal power in this moment, even if it may not seem like that to you. This is the perfect time for you to make changes in your career, to become self-employed. If you're seeking a promotion or a job somewhere else, this is your high five from me that you're in a position to go for it. If you've been wanting to create your own business, the stars have aligned and you are ready. Plan carefully and wisely. Be strategic in how you go about making this transition. This is the movement that you've been waiting for. Move forward with planning for your big change. Okay, and I feel like that's what this caution card is saying too. Like, we're not asking you to jump blindly in. Okay, it's okay to make plans. It's okay to be serious about those plans as well. But that's going to help you go to the next level here, okay? This was absolutely a very deep, but also incredible reading, pile number 2. I pray that this finds you well, but if you felt like this was your reading, leave a little pen emoji down below and say, I write my dreams into existence, and I choose to see myself through the universal eyes of unconditional love, knowing in this moment, I am enough. And if this resonated with you, it means so much to me for you to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. Follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify, Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on membership. So if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that being said, I do want to say thank you to your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to Archangel Michael for coming through for us today. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful green aventurine, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on signs from Archangel Michael. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you, and anybody that's new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it. Find out what signs, Archangel Michael, do you have for pile number 3? What are the signs from Archangel Michael for pile number 3? What are the signs from Archangel Michael for pile number 3? Okay, so we've got 8th house, Leo energy, and Mercury. We're gonna get it. It's been a day. Mercury, okay? Yeah, and we're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde right now, too. So, hold on to your butts. I feel like you guys are very goofy people. I love that already. I'm already with it, okay? I love it. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of facing your fears here when it comes to... This could be embracing your inner child. This could also be fear of commitment, fear of wanting to date, fear of finding love. This could be fear of the drama. Like, it's just a fear here, and being honest with yourself. Like, are you really afraid of that, or is it something that is a trigger that you need to work through here? And that's what this really feels like. And it's something about learning, like going to school, the school of earth. And that's what it feels like here. You're learning something very valuable. And I don't feel like this is the first time that you've gone through things like this. This has just been kind of compacted and compounded. That's the word. This has been compounded for time and time again. And it could be, if you believe in multiple lives, it's been through multiple lives with you. But if not, it's just something that's been compounded since you were little, since you were very young. And this feels very like a deep hidden emotion that's coming through, something that is like, you know, you want love and you want happiness and you want joy and you want to feel content. You want to feel the love and you want to have a partner for life and you want to have all these good things, but it just seems like maybe there's always something that kind of derails you from your journey. And it's like, it could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a situation. It's just something where there's like some sort of drama or negativity or a sense of someone trying to hold control over you or being very aggressive as well. It's like there's this energy that's outside of you that's trying to derail you from the process. And it's almost like, because you are who you are, there's a hard time for you to not get involved with it. So whether that's helping people who it's not your responsibility to help, whether that is, you know, trying to convince people of what they need to do when that's not your responsibility, or if that's people who are coming in and being cruel and ruthless to you and then feeling like you still need to say something to them when sometimes silence is your biggest ally. But here we see it's like you're learning something of value, but you're also learning through the process of the trigger. This isn't, I feel like for you, like maybe you do shadow work. You could absolutely do shadow work, but there's something particular here, a certain situation that you're learning via the trigger. So when you get triggered, there's something that you learn from that trigger and you move on and you're content and you're like, okay, this is good. Like I learned something from it. I absolutely see where I'm coming from. I see what energy I'm putting out there. I understand myself in this. Like, I'm glad I got that. Like, cool, maybe I can move on from this trigger. And then as soon as you feel that way, boom, it happens again. And you're like, oh my gosh, I thought I had healed from that. Okay, so now what? And you see something else. It's like you keep seeing the edges that come through with this trigger, and it feels like it's coming in multiple ways, or it's coming from multiple different situations. It could be one singular person as well, or one singular situation, but it just feels like every time the trigger happens, it's like you're not afraid of the trigger. You're not afraid of the shadow. You're not worried about that. It's just like, it's like, when is this coming to an end? And I feel like Archangel Michael is trying to show you here. It's like that earth of the school of earth. Like that's something that's very vital here. It's like you're meant to learn something very profound here. And I feel like use that learning and that energy to communicate, to share with others in a healing way. Like, this is already deep. Already deep. I always know. Pile number 3. Most of the time you are a very deep pile. Like there's something going on. It's just different than the other 2 piles. And that's exactly what this feels like. It's just different. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just different, right? And as always, if you watch all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below. It's the Purple Heart Club. That's what I call it. Just, I know who you are. I always appreciate you. If you spend all that time with me, it just really means a lot. Never fear, I will give you guys your own emoji and affirmation at the end as well. So let's find out some more with the Archangel Power Tarot. Okay, Archangel Michael. Yeah, the 3 of Michael coming out. Like, they're definitely trying to help interfere with this for you. There's some sort of intervention that's happening here. So it's like this trigger had to happen for some time. Like the only way for you to learn from it was for this trigger to happen for a period of time. And I do feel like you've learned everything that you're going to learn from it, but there's like some stagnancy, or there's like some kind of stalemate that's coming up, or there's some sort of stuck energy that's coming through here. And they're trying to help you move beyond that. Like they're sending assistance. Archangel Michael is sending assistance. They're sending you signs. Like they're now trying to bring you into this place of finding true happiness, right? Having a dream come true, having abundance in your life, having emotional stability and happiness through that. So it's like all these things that are coming up. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Michael, which is the 5 of Swords. And then we have the 7 of Gabriel, which is the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so there's like something that you're trying to overcome, this negativity. And I do feel like for a while this negativity may have weighed on you quite a bit. Like it caused a lot of disturbance in your energy. It caused a lot of upset for you. But I do feel like the more that it happens, the more you realize like you're not a part of it. Here you're like, oh, here we go again. Okay, well, that's you. Let me draw a little bubble around you so you can stay in your little bubble because that has nothing to do with me. Or you draw like a little bubble around yourself and you're like, I'm going to stay in my bubble of peace because that has nothing to do with me. Whatever it is that's going on over there, that's yours to contend to. That's yours to deal with. That's yours to carry. Don't try to project it on me. And it's like, I feel like you're just not really saying so much about it, but you're helping others with this as well, or you're meant to help others with this as well. Like you're not the only one that's going through this, but you learned it in a different way than so many other people so that you could help lift people out of this darkness that they're in. And I do feel like it's dealing with someone or dealing with a situation, or it's something that a lot of people deal with. This is a lot of cards. I'm not going to take them all, but we've got the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and the 3 of Coins here. So it could have to do with work. It could have to do with anxiety and fear, and it could have to do with love, you know, just a little bit about what's going on here. But let's see here. Okay. Archangel Michael, what are the signs that you have for pile number 3? Yeah, strength flying out of the deck. Yeah, you're someone that's seen as incredibly strong and powerful. And if this is a person who's doing that, like that's why this person is trying to break you down, because they recognize your strength and they recognize your potential. If this is a situation, it's just grating against the power dynamics of that situation. There's like a fight for control here. Okay, there's someone here that's jealous. There's someone here that wants control. There's someone here that wants power. There's someone here who wants to dominate because they're obsessed with you succeeding. And if you succeed, then where does that leave them? And they're so obsessed with it that they're trying to do everything that they can to project this negative energy onto you. But you see here with the 5 of Michael, the 5 of Swords, and the Tarot Marseille, it talks about overcoming negativity, getting beyond all that illusion, getting beyond all that mental chatter, getting beyond all those things that people are saying. And the 7 of Wands talking about overcoming and persevering no matter what's going on. Right? And you see here, you're flying high above that situation. You're flying well over it. And then we have strength with Archangel Ariel. Strength, grace, through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. So I feel like for you, pile number 3, like you're meant to teach people forgiveness on this journey, like how to forgive others. Like if this is a person, like you have healed through creating safety for your energy while also forgiving and letting go. And the more you forgive and let go, and the more you create a safe space for yourself, yes, maybe the more it baffles this person. Yes, maybe the more this person tries to lash out. Excuse me. Yes, maybe this person goes off their rocker. But what ends up happening is that you're the one that's growing here, and you're the one that's finding this strength, this structure, the stability in this journey, and having this huge growth happen to you through the process. It's just something that's meant to happen because of the actions you're taking. Like, oh, the doubt arises, oh, the negativity arises, oh, the projection arises, right? And you overcome that, you let that go, you say enough is enough, right? You see Archangel Michael, he's swinging this thing around to protect you, to cut it off, right? I'm going to cut this off for you. And then through that, you realize, wow, I've come such a long way on this journey. And I've done so much, and I have let go of so much. And it's like, that used to really bother me so much. That used to really trigger me so much, but it doesn't anymore. And then if a trigger arises, you're like, okay. And you think about it and you observe it and you observe yourself in the trigger, and you're like, okay, I know that this is something that I'm meant to learn from. And that's where the strength comes from, because it's like, you've come into this place of understanding that it's not about them. It's not about that. It's not about out there. It's about internal self. And that's exactly what's going on here. Like, you fly to this higher perspective. You fly to this high place and you face yourself. It's like, and this person believes that they are at battle with you. Like, they're a gladiator coming in to fight, you know, like, but they're really not. Like, they're just throwing sticks and stones. And it's like, yeah, those sticks and stones hurt. That's the trigger, right? But it's like, you just take the high ground. And it's like, once you get to high ground, this person cannot reach you. And it's like, that's what's irritating them so much. And it's like, they keep trying to draw you in. They keep trying to bring you back. They keep trying to get you to do the things that they want to do. But look, there's other things that are happening for you. And that's what Archangel Michael wants you to really focus on here with the 6 of Raphael on the bottom. Embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindling relationships, children or childhood. Oh, okay. So we have the 8 of Raphael coming out behind that. Look, this is very telling. This is family. Okay. This is family energy here that is creating this chaos in your life. So take that as it resonates. It could be someone that you consider family or that's been in your life for a really long time. It could be a lover. It could be someone that's a player. It could be someone that doesn't take you seriously. It could be someone who, you know, has so little to offer with the page and the knight here, right? But look, you're the queen of coins here. Like, you're in this very powerful place. And through that, it's like you've changed so much. This person can't get to you anymore, and it's driving them nuts. Okay, because you've taken action on yourself. And through that, we see with the 6 of Raphael that love is coming. Okay, whether that's soulmate love or soul tribe love, it's just dependent on where you're at on your journey. You know, I wish you could tell everybody, yeah, your soulmate's heading in tomorrow. Better pack a bag because you're all off to Prague. Like, that's just not going to happen though, right? Like, maybe for someone, cool. If it does, let us know, right? Like, so we can cheer you all on. Like, that's awesome. But the likelihood of that happening is, you know, like, it's just everybody's at a different part on their journey. And so right here we see it's like not everybody's asking for romantic love, but some people are asking for soul tribe, right? And some people just want friends on this journey, and some people just want like-minded individuals to share their life with. And it's like they may already be involved, or they may just not even be interested in a relationship at all. But with the 6 of Raphael here, we see that through healing and embracing your inner child and letting your inner child run wild, you let go of whatever this person is doing. Like, you just like, I feel like this person has stifled you for a long time, or this is just reminiscent of someone in your life who reminds you of a childhood situation, right? So this could be a coworker, this could be a friend, this could be an acquaintance, but they remind you of someone that you grew up with that really triggered you, that really harmed you in an energetic, emotional, spiritual way, mental or whatever. And that person reminds you of that. And so it's like healing those family wounds. And the more that you heal those wounds, and the more that you embrace your silly inner self, your goofy self. What did I say at the beginning? That you're a really goofy pile. And here we have with the inner child, like, that's exactly what it feels like. It's like, give into that silliness, give into that goofiness. The 6 of Cups also talks about soulmate love. Okay, like a really deep soulmate love. Someone that is willing to build emotionally with you in a very secure way, right? So there's a lot of growth that's happening here. There's a lot of changes that are happening here. And it's like Archangel Michael is pointing out that the more you walk through the triggers, whether you're actually actively doing shadow work or not, it's like you just understand that this is the process to healing, is just knowing myself. Know thyself, right? Like, that's what you've learned that. And so you're figuring out who you are. And through the process of figuring out who you are, you're rising high above whatever this person is bringing, or whatever this situation is bringing in, right? You're happy being up here. It's like, stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, and claim your personal power. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. And I actually love that the Wands cards are orange in this deck, because in this instance, it talks about connecting with your sacral chakra, which this is my right to feel. So it's not like you don't feel anything when this happens. You do. But it's because of those emotions that actually help you grow even more. And so it's like poetic justice in a way, right? Because it's like, cool, go ahead, keep acting a fool, or keep thinking that you're going to knock me down, or keep thinking that you're going to bring me down to your level, when in reality, every time you come at me that way, you are helping me grow. So thanks. And that's why I feel like with the forgiveness here, that's why you're able to forgive. And that's what you're teaching others in this very beautiful way. And so, or it's what you're meant to teach others. It feels like what Archangel Michael is saying is like, forgiveness is something that's very profound for your journey. And that's a part of your joy, and that's a part of your inner child. Connecting with your inner child comes from that forgiveness. And so if you're not there yet, it's okay. It's just going to happen. Like, there's going to be a part of you that switches, that changes your view, and you're going to be like, oh, I understand now. Right? So we have Sagittarius energy flipping out over here. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. You're finding a sense of freedom now from whatever it was that held you back. On the bottom, we have Aries with independence, bravery, and passion. Yeah, reclaiming your power by taking back your independence here. This could be a fire sign that you've been dealing with. We have Aries, Leo, Sag all out on the table. You could be Aries, Leo, Sag. You could have Leo in the 8th house, Mercury in the 8th house, Leo and Mercury. You could have Leo in the 11th house. You could have Leo in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. You could have Sagittarius rising, Aries rising, Sagittarius in the, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but Sagittarius in the 7th house, Aries in the 9th house, and either one of those in your north or south nodes. Okay. Wow, that was an incredible list there. Thank you, Archangel Michael. So what else would you like to tell pile number 3? Signs from Archangel Michael. Signs from, whoa, okay, thank you. Okay, I guess you're getting 2 of those. And on the bottom, we have angelic protection. Didn't I say, like, you know you're protected? Like, I'm pretty sure I said that. It might have been a different pile, though, that I said that. But we see here that you're absolutely protected. Like, there's so many angels. There's so many ancestors. There's so many of your guides that are going to battle for you on a spiritual level. Like, it's almost like when this energy comes in, whatever this energy is attached to, whenever this energy comes in, it's like they're going to battle on the energetic plane and on the spiritual plane for you. And it's just up to you to take the actions necessary to move on from this. And I feel like you're absolutely getting the hang of that. Like, that's a part of this process for you, is getting the hang of letting those emotions go. Like, we have guardian angel on the bottom. You're not alone. Yeah, they're being very clear here. Like, you're not fighting this alone. This is not something that you're meant to deal with alone. Like, this is... And maybe you felt like you were carrying it by yourself for a long time. Like, I'm the only one that's dealing with this, and I'm the only one that's healing from this. And you know, it's like, yes, it's yours to heal, but you healing you is actually healing everyone else. And even this person, even this situation, or even this circumstance, like, even if they're resistant to it, the healing will come. Like, the seeds are being planted, right? We have anxiety coming out here, stress, depression, panic attacks, restlessness. So I feel like this is sometimes when that arises, it causes a lot of anxiety. And didn't we have the 8 of Wands come out with those other 3 cards? Like, you're actually helping people overcome a lot of these emotions, this stress, this anxiety, these feelings of restlessness and depression. You're helping people to face those parts of themselves by understanding you don't have to hold on to that. And that's where the forgiveness comes in as well. On the bottom, we have hookup, one night stand, intimacy, casual relationship, and fling. So this could be someone that you had a hookup with, or a friend, acquaintance, trust, support, and loyalty. This could have been a friend as well. I feel like I'm at reconciliation, reunion, second chance, back together. I miss you. Yeah. So this could be someone that did this that just keeps coming in and out of your life. That would not surprise me, especially we have the Leo energy here, which talks about dating. That can absolutely point out to hookups as well. But it could be a friend that just keeps trying to come back in and out of your life as well. Or again, family. It's just this energy, like, you recognize these patterns. You recognize this cycle, and you're ready to let that go. All right, please have... Whoa, that is far too many. That's like the whole deck, homie. It's cool. I'll give the messages, Archangel Michael, but not the whole deck. Holy Toledo. All right, you want 2? I'll take 2. I'll take 2, but don't be saying I didn't do nothing nice for you, okay? Okay. We got the 909 with reflection, change of perspective, my bad. Reflection, inner strength coming out, wisdom, enlightenment. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever is taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within. And then you'll just know what the right step is next, okay? So that's the thing, like you're reaching into the wisdom that comes from within you, and you're letting that help you shift your perspective to what matters more. It's like maybe this really irritated you. Maybe forgiveness was never on your plate. Maybe you were just like, nope, I'm never going to let that person off the hook. And it's not even about letting the person off the hook. I feel like you realized the anchor was just too heavy to hold anymore. It's like even as this person comes back, even every time this person comes back, it's like you just realize this is way too heavy for me to hold. And so you've learned how to traverse this based on your emotions. Like shift. We have to take a look at your life and see which areas you need to be shifted to bring you more joy. Take the time to reassess your priorities and create a plan for yourself with the 565. All right, so, and then I want to get some of these here. All right, we'll take that one. Everybody else had a few of these, so I'll get you some too. What else would you like to say, Archangel Michael? Okay, thank you. And on the bottom, look, we have apple, wisdom, death, sexuality, and joy. It's interesting because we were talking about gaining that wisdom, but also Leo energy is connected to joy, contentment, happiness, that inner child energy. So there's been some sort of transformation through like a death and a rebirth of self. Sexuality, just pointing out that this could have been a sexual partner from the past, that hookup energy. So I'm going to get angel cards from everywhere, okay? So I feel like that one wants to come out too. On the bottom, we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this could have been playing a part in your life as well. It's just the religion. Maybe it was keeping you feeling small, or maybe it was keeping you like you had somebody in your life that was super religious, and there was a lot of turmoil there. There's a lot of feeling like this is just not going to work. Like I can't play this game with you anymore. I can't even be who I am because you're so worried about religion. And that's sometimes really frustrating. It's like you can lose good people, but you know, it's like they're so focused on the religion. It's like if you're not the same religion as me, then that's it. We can't be friends, which is very closed-minded, right? Like that's very closed-minded. It shouldn't have to be like that, but that's just kind of where some of the people are right now. We have author here. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. So maybe you're trying to write a book, or maybe you're trying to express it. That communication, that would make sense. You're meant to communicate. All right, what else? Or what else, Archangel Michael? What else would you like to tell pile number 3? Okay, I feel like that one. And then on the bottom, we have clean energy food. When you fuel your body with healthy organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. So cleansing your energy in various ways, right? It's not just our energetic body, but it's also our physical body too. Serena just flipped out. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith, okay? So what you're asking for is coming. And then on the bottom, we have Archangel Raphael. I'm helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. That makes so much sense. With the strength card coming out and the energy that we've had present, that makes total sense here. Okay, let's get through your grip of oracle cards. Look, oh my gosh, look at that. We've got healing energy coming out right away. So right away, they're pointing out here, Archangel Michael is saying, like, you're a healer. Like, this is a huge sign to you. Like, I don't think you know just how much you heal others. You might be like, yeah, I'm a healer, like, I know, but I don't believe you actually know the extent to how much you actually heal others just by being you. Right? So look, we have holy love. Wow. I don't think I've ever gotten this card on any of the readings. This is next level. Like, you are a sacred one, right? I mean, we're all sacred, but it's like you have such a vital mission to the ascension of Earth at this time. And you're meant to help bring this love into this realm. And that's why you go through these hardships. That's why you've healed from this depression, this heartache, this hurt, this pain. It's like you could have been at a really low point in your life. You could have been ready to give up. But something happened and you were like, no, my life is worth living. And it was like in that moment, it was like you unlocked the beginning of your journey. I do feel like the angels were really with you and they're always flying with you. You feel like Archangel Michael is always by your side. Someone here had an out-of-body experience with Archangel Michael. This is a very specific message, but they're showing me it right now. Like where Archangel Michael like took you by the hand and dragged you out of your body and like showed you a glimpse of your future. Just a small piece to remind you just how important you were. Like you're meant to carry this heaviness because you're the only person that could get through it the way that you get through it. Wow, this is an incredible message. Okay, wow. Look, we've got Peacekeeper with the white buffalo here. A harmonious resolution is possible. And that's the thing. I feel like you're definitely in this place of keeping harmony, keeping your peace. It's like, no matter how these people show up, no matter how all these individuals choose to be, and however, you know, it could be multiple people. It doesn't have to just be one person. It could be multiple people. It could be multiple situations in your life. It's like you've come into this place where it's like, you can yell and scream at me all you want, but I'm still going to show up in this place of calm, cool, and collected because my peace is not worth it. Like, it's like your chaos is not worth my peace. That is not an equal trade in my mind, right? Like, and that's it. And so you're seen as someone who's very magnetic and powerful. And that's what I say. It's like you might not know the extent of how much you actually heal others and how much people actually want to be near you and around you. Like you bring this peace to them. It's a peace that they haven't felt before. And it's what helps cull the anxiety and to let go of the depression and those panic attacks and overcome that restlessness. It's like you're just this peaceful energy that's so beautiful. It's like when I'm in your energy, I feel like I can be at peace too. And that's why I feel like the harmonious resolution is possible. It's like you give them hope that they can be like that too. New love, honeymoon phase, childlike, moving on in a new beginning. So you're moving on from something, and I feel like there's a childlike love that's coming to you. But this is also that confirmation of the Leo energy and embracing your inner child. But this definitely goes hand in hand with the Six of Raphael as well. So someone could be coming in to love you. What do we have here? 1111. High vibes, change, optimism, joy, communication, messages, good news, expression, and high vibes. Work with what you have and it will get you places. Count your blessings and acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You might also be getting some good news soon. So maybe you see 111, 1111 a lot, or like 11 has some significance to your journey. And so with the Strength card and this coming out, that's a very powerful message. We've got 777, commitment, wealth, empathy, promise, commitment, affection, auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps towards achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and someone has their mind set on you. Wow, I love this already. This is very powerful. So definitely love coming in for some of you. If that's what you're asking for, it could be soulmate love as well. So take it as it resonates. We have transformation 555, release old habits, embrace new opportunities for growth, and trust in the universe's plan for you. So a lot of transformation here for you. We have addiction, drug, alcohol, obsession, and toxic attachments. I feel like this is what you've healed from, is these addictions to people who weren't serving, you know, your highest good, or people who you love. Like, that's the problem. Like, sometimes we love people so deeply, and that love is what gets us in trouble, right? Like, it does. And it's like, I'm not trying to knock it or anything like that. It's like, you just care about this person so much, and you know their potential, and you see their potential, but they don't see their potential, and they end up dragging you down with them. And that's what forms in these toxic attachments. And so I feel like that's something that you've had to let go of, is maybe a narcissistic person, a sociopath, bipolar, someone who was just up and down, hot and cold, like in and out, just had no real sense of care for you. Didn't we have the Knight of Wands here? Could have been a player, someone who was not taking a relationship seriously, right? And that could have been someone who had an addiction, had a very powerful addiction, right? And it's like you had to let that go so that you could come into this place of bringing in a new love that was meant for you. Yeah, we have key people, core of the problem, and pass. So you've passed this test and you've overcome the hardships. You've gone through the test. Like, that's what I say, like, every time the trigger comes, like, you're the one that has the key. You keep opening the door. You're like, oh, okay, it's like you stopped knocking a long time ago and you just reach into your pocket now and you know this key is going to open the door by choosing yourself. Change, transformation, newborn, and evolution. Yeah, there's a huge shift for you. I feel like there's a lot of good news coming in for you as well very shortly. Like, you're still just moving on the journey. Just keep moving on the journey. Don't worry about that. It's like, don't focus on the news itself. But I just feel like for you, there's definitely a lot of good news coming for you. My apologies. 1 second. Definitely a confirmation to what I was saying. But we have codependency. Look, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Addictions from 2 different decks. So already they're saying it's like there was codependent situations, or maybe the situation that keeps triggering you at one point was a codependent situation, and now you're moving away from it, right? You passed that. We have children. Look, again with the, the inner child coming up, but we have your love life is being affected by children. These are very repeat messages that we've gotten. So that could be why you weren't able to let go of this person, though. Maybe you have kids with them, and maybe that's something that's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't let go because we have kids together. But there's like something that happened where it's like, well, I don't want my kids to grow up in this either. Like, I don't want my kids to think that this is okay. I don't want my kids to settle for something like this. And it was almost like the children helped you to embrace that inner child and heal that inner child and help you to make a commitment to yourself to change. And, you know, the situation is going to be different for a lot of people here, but it is also that confirmation of really connecting with the inner child. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So there's a ton of red flags that have been present here. And you're learning how to read those red flags. You're learning how to move on from those, okay? So we have options coming out. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. You're realizing that you always had options all along. You were never really truly stuck. Even if it felt like you were, like, you're learning that you have a choice. Builder, your innate ability to build and create brings a deep sense of accomplishment. So you're learning how to build something from scratch here too. Career change. You're embarking upon a career that brings you joy and abundance you desire and deserve. Maybe that's something else that's coming through as well. It's like, not only are you changing and leaving something that was codependent, but it's like also focusing on something that brings you happiness and peace. And that could be writing. It could be being an author. It could be anything, you know. It's just realizing that this is something that matters to me, and that's helping you to gain a sense of confidence here. And then we have here, declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away the clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Okay, so decluttering here is important for you. I feel like it's odd, but I feel like this is a message for me too, because I definitely need to declutter. Like, my small space here has gotten out of control, but it's just like one of those things. Like, it happens. We're human. That's life, right? Like, But it is important to be decluttered, because the more you declutter, the more space you make for positive energy to come in. Okay, so let's take a look at your Archangel Michael card and see what it says. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with brilliant epiphany. I'm also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. Number 35. Okay. Dear darling child, that's how this starts. I know that you have experienced emotional wounds during this human experience. It is my intention to help you soothe your heart as you recover from these challenges. Source is pouring pure white light of healing down upon you to help you come to a place of peace as quickly as possible. It will take a little time, but there is no doubt that you will heal. I know that you are confused, and I realize that you're fearful, anxious, sad, or even heartbroken. But I'm asking you to trust me. There is a reason for what you're going through. There is a meaning in this experience. It may take a while for you to understand why this has happened to you, or has to happen now, but the day will come. It will. One day you will see the divine purpose underlying your growth as a soul in the human form, and you will suddenly connect the dots, and the aha moment will arrive. And when you do see the light, you'll realize that it was all divinely orchestrated to take you to the next step of your dreams coming true and real joy coming into your life. I love how this is like totally wrapping up everything that this whole reading has been about. It says maybe you can see that right now. Maybe you already get it, and you're putting your faith into positive action. If you are, then good for you, because your faith is indeed being rewarded. But if you're struggling right now, then again, I ask you to trust me. Reach out to friends and family for comfort. Allow yourself to experience the emotions you're having. Be open to the loving care of professionals, counselors, and if the need arises, this will all work out. It will be okay. And I am here for you now and until the day comes when it will all make sense. This is something that's written in the stars, okay? And sometimes that's really hard because it's a very difficult time that we have to go through, but it's all for purpose. And I feel like you are coming into that understanding, like you're meant to share that with others, like you're meant to share something very, very unique with others because of the way you handle this hardship, because of the way you handle this pain. And I know it's not easy, but you're so incredible for taking this on and choosing to do this as a spirit, as a soul before incarnating on this earth. And I hope you understand just how powerful that makes you, because it's truly incredible. Okay, so this is what I see here for you. Your reading went the longest here, I see. So as usually it always does. But if you felt like this was your message, leave a little ladybug emoji down below and say, I choose to see my life through the eyes of my inner child, knowing that this innocence will help to align me to my highest good. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for personal reading. Follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here, but I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to Archangel Michael for coming through on this incredible message, pile number 3. And until next time, stay human. Bye.